pressure check. 22 is fine. I don't know if I'm going to like this cup holder right here. Guess we'll find out. This video is going to come out before the Coolant Saga finale, but you'll be able to tell if it's fixed or not because I'm on it. But I'm not here to talk about that, boys and girls. No, we are not here to talk about the woes and repairs of the Goldwing. Oh, listen to that engine purr, baby. Holy shit. Man, I love this motorcycle. I love any motorcycle. I love... Oh, it's got the water in my eyeball. I love my motorcycles most of all. Look at this thing, man. This thing's gonna... I'm gonna have to figure something out with this. I don't know if I like that or not. Anyway, we're doing Taste of Tampa, episode 4, I think. We are going to a place called New World Brewery. To be fair, this will not be the first time I've gone to this place. I did go Friday night, just 4 days ago. I didn't go there because it was the New World Brewery. No, my friends. I went there because they were having a concert, a rockabilly show with a big lineup. I don't know the entire rockabilly scene, but I guess the headliner was Bloodshot Bill. Never heard of him. But tonight we're going there because of the brewery. Now, I didn't do a whole lot of research once again on this place. I did a little bit this afternoon. It looks like the place has been open. The website says 26 years, and I could have dug a little bit deeper to make sure that they didn't put that on the website like 6 years ago. So we're gonna go with around 1995 is when this thing opened up. It looks like they have moved since the first place, wherever that was. That's fine. I'm going to show you around once we get up there, but I really like the layout of it. They have an enormous patio area. I hope that's where we get to sit tonight. A relatively small bar. They were really on top of it when we were there on Friday night, you know, serving drinks or whatnot. One of the things I really like about the place is the fact that they had that concert there, and they were able to have that kind of a show there because they have a whole music hall like off to the side that's still attached to the building. It's connected through some corridors that appeared to be employee only. They don't have a very big menu. They've got sandwiches, some appetizers, and some pizzas. Their focus really is on the beers, which if you're going to call yourself a brewery, that's not a bad thing to focus on, right? But I'm going to talk about that whole brewery thing here in just a moment. So I want to talk about the nomenclature of this place, New World Brewery. Maybe I'm being a little more semantic than I need to be, but I feel like I have a right to be. If you call yourself a brewery, now this is going to be the second time in this 4-part series where some place has called themselves a brewery. As far as I can tell, I'm going to make sure once we get up there, so don't hold judgment yet. This place doesn't brew anything. They have a lot of beers on tap, so it's a tap house. They have a lot of local beers on tap, so at least I can, you know, whatever local beers that I want to try that maybe I haven't had a chance to go down to the source breweries, I can try it here. But they're not a brewery. So I don't know what's up with these naming conventions lately where maybe it's always been that way and I've just never noticed. But for me, if you call yourself a brewery, you are brewing. You have beers that you put out for the world to taste. I don't know, man. I don't think that's too picky. But I don't want to make that so negative to where, you know, it's going to ruin the atmosphere of it, because if the beers are great and the patio is great and the service is great, I'm not going to get hung up on that piece. Let's get over to New World Brewery, try their food, try the beers they have on tap, verify whether or not they actually are a brewery, and we'll see you inside. So we made it up to New World Brewery. Again, we'll get into the naming convention a little bit later. I love the aesthetic here. I really, really do. One of the things I like, besides my motorcycle parked here, is that you've got a really old Southern style parking lot, scenic. You got your laurel oaks, your live oaks in here, dirt parking lot. There's the music hall that I was talking about. They do have a little bar set up inside of there, but that's not like the focus. It's mostly in here. You can see the patio, the sawgrass here. People are already sitting here enjoying themselves. We're gonna go inside, see what we can get into, see what kind of food they got, etc. And yeah, we'll see you in there. Okay, we have our beers. What I got was a Berliner Weiss. So this is now the third place that offers Berliner Weiss, called Spyglass, and it's out of Ohio. I do remember that. Pretty good. She got a strawberry shortcake cider. Are you a big fan of cider?
I think so. These are my favorite.
2 weeks in a row with cider. Another strawberry one. The last one was
Raspberry lemonade.
Raspberry lemonade. I had to ask her every time. That one's actually made. I don't think you brew cider. What do you do with cider? I'm not sure, but this one's out of Plant City, which is Polk County, just a little bit east of here. So I would call that local. This is not local. That's local. We ordered 2 pizzas. We got one with pepperoni, like keep it nice and easy. It's exactly what she got last week at Ella's. Then I got another one with pepperoni and jalapeno. There is a little group, a little duo setting up over there. I am going to walk around and get some footage of the area before it gets too dark. So stand by. Let's get that going. That was actually a whole lot of fun playing pinball in there with him. He loved it. I think you can rent those pinball machines for, you can pay a fee and you pick a couple that you could have. Maybe that's not the case here. Maybe they own those outright. We've got some music coming up here in just a minute. Let's see what these guys sound like. I'm gonna get back to drinking my beer. That was actually pretty fast. The pizza has arrived. I don't know what made me order pepperoni and jalapeno, but let's give it a shot. Here we go. Superb. Superb. A little crispy on the crust, but it's good pizza. Okay, so we're a day later. We actually went to the brewery last night and we sat down to do this post dinner review, and I couldn't keep this one quiet or still or anything, and so we just put it off to today. So anyway, New World Brewery. I did confirm it is not a brewery. They don't brew there, and I do take a little bit of issue with a place calling themselves a brewery and they don't brew. Like the beers they had on tap, but anyway, what was your overall opinion of New World? Wait, what's funny this time?
Hello, I bet it's
You laughing at me or?
No.
I'll get some
Just because I'm not sure how take 2 is gonna go.
toys.
It's gonna go like this.
Okay, so anyways, I liked it. I liked the outdoor seating. It was kind of neat because they have individual tables with the umbrellas. They also have like a covered patio area, kind of like garden-like, I guess.
Yeah. It felt like being in somebody's giant backyard.
Yeah.
Honestly, they did have. It wasn't like when you go to a restaurant that has a patio and it's just like a patio with some bar tables and shit. It was like round. It had some concrete tables, a fountain, a big grassy area. You know, those lights that hang up like kind of like Christmas lights. So the environment was super chill, and both of us really enjoyed that. They only had 2 things on the menu, like I mentioned on the way there on the bike: sandwiches and pizza. We just got regular old pepperoni pizzas. I had jalapenos put on mine. They didn't have a kids menu, and I mentioned that to her before we went, and her response was, "Well, it's pizza. You know, he's gonna like pizza." So, did you think the pizza was good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Not typically a fan of thin crust, but it was good. I liked that there wasn't a ton of sauce on it.
There was hardly any sauce on it. I agree with her. I don't like a ton of sauce, but at the same time, it was almost like it didn't exist. I even asked her at one point. I said, "Is this pizza like sauceless? Is this just cheese and pepperoni?" She pointed out that it was like a thin like almost like they took a paintbrush and tomato sauce and put it on the dough. So kid friendly, yes, there were families there. There's also dog friendly. I noticed that a couple folks there had their dogs under the tables, which was kind of neat. Family friendly, dog friendly. Beers were pretty good. She had another cider, so I think
my new favorite.
Yeah, I think her. Yeah, I was just about to say her new favorite's going to be the ciders. I had a Berliner Weiss and an Oktoberfest, as I showed you guys there. I did want to say we had an interesting experience at the end. Kind of odd for me. She thought it was really weird, strange, but I asked for the check, and the waiter said,
What happened?
"No, somebody took care of your check." And I'm like, "What? Who?" He told me. I went over and approached the guy, and he denied it at first. I was really confused, and I'm like, the waiter said. So I pointed at another guy sitting by himself, and the waiter's like, "No, it's this guy." And then ends up being the guy who paid for a check watches the channel. So I didn't know that. I introduced myself to him. He's like, "I know who you are. I watch the channel." Told me his name was Bud. I don't know if he was just telling me that, but
Thanks,
I really,
Bud.
yeah, thanks, but I really appreciate that. I was really kind of humbled that A, I'm recognized by anyone. B, that it goes so far as to pay for our meal for that. So I really appreciate it. Turns out his daughter works there in the kitchen and probably made our pizzas, so it was good. Appreciate that.
And I only thought it was weird because, not that I thought it was weird because you have fans.
I hate the word fans, by the way.
But it was just the first experience, I guess, where somebody knew you from YouTube.
Yeah, for her.
For me.
I tell her sometimes that when I'm out. And now, I'll say it. I'm still really small. 2,500 subscribers is tiny in the YouTube world. I get that. But sometimes I get out and about and people will come up to me and say hello, and I always love that. So yeah, it was kind of the first time where she was out in public and saw it. And again, it's always great meeting people because of this, because we're making videos. Always great to meet new people. Not always. Some people are assholes. But then we ended up getting married anyway, so. Anyway, I don't want the name brewery that doesn't brew to really detract from the overall experience, but that is a turn off for me. I wish companies wouldn't do that. Brass Tap did that. New World Brewery did that. You're not a brewery. What do you think? Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up. I can see not 2 thumbs up. The brewery thing, no, you don't get the second one. It's close to the house. It's like 4.5 miles from here. And I can see going back there, not often, but I can see going back there on occasion, to have a couple beers and a pizza. So, yeah. Anyway, I do appreciate you being here, and thank you for the support. And until next time, we'll see you later.